everyone, my name is Tanya Defferary. I am a counseling psychologist here in South Africa, and I am really excited to have two wonderful colleagues all the way from the States joining me today to chat a little bit about a workshop that we're planning for April 2025. So, with me, I have Marshall Lyles, and he's going to be bringing in some of his expertise in the field of attachment theory and expressive arts, and Abby Esquivel, who has an interest in epigenetics and also bringing in some of her passion for the expressive arts. And together we're planning a workshop that's titled Parts or Expressive Parts, Exploring Dissociative Parts Through an Intergenerational Lens. So, yeah, let's chat a little bit about this.
Oh, I'm so excited, Tanya. I mean, this subject captures almost everything I'm in love with these days, and really the things that keep me inspired to really remain tethered to the field. I have a lot of hope in the direction that this could take us collectively when we anchor into really compassion and understanding of how humans have evolved into their present state. I think Abby has some of that same interest. We've been able to work together in this area before.
Yeah.
So how about I ask you guys a few questions? You feel ready?
Yeah.
Tanya, what do you think this lovely group of humans that are witnessing us right now, what do you think they need to know about contextual family therapy and its relevance to the subject?
Mm. So I think what we're exploring more and more is that sometimes when we come into um, being and the stuff that we're experiencing right now, we sort of start realizing like this has been around for a really, really long time. Like some of the stuff, sometimes it even feels like, is this my stuff? Like, where did this come from? You know, like often when I'm doing therapy with clients and I start asking them some questions and we're maybe doing it through a genogram or something like that, where we're exploring kind of their family lineage and where things come from, we start realizing like, wow, this has actually gone back generations. Like and suddenly they start finding like words to kind of describe what we speak about as delegations, you know, like maybe things like I must be strong or and how that has played out, you know, over time.
I mean, you're setting up attachment theory understanding so beautifully from that contextual lens too, because it's attachment theory really gets into acknowledging the rhythms that have existed before you, and
Mm,
what that's needed to create inside of you as a means of predicting the outcome of relationships. And when you start really coming to that gentle understanding of what you've inherited psychologically and relationally, that's co-created the expression of you as self in this world, you open up to such possibilities and ways to be more intentional about the meaning you want to make out of everyday situations. I think that
mm,
tags in you, Abby.
yeah.
Where does epigenetics fit into that?
It's so related. It's like the science of hopefulness in my body of how we all make so much sense. We inherited all our different woundedness, but also our resiliency and our healing, and it can change too. So the things that are passed down from all these generations can also shift with our environments now to be passed down to descendants differently, and we get to hold on to what we want and we can let go of what no longer serves us. But there's so much room for compassion here, which makes me excited. And I think it's organizing that we make sense. We make sense. And sometimes we need science to show that to parts of us that don't
Mm,
believe or felt sense, right? So science and embodiment work together here. Mhm.
I love that word embodiment, paired with compassion.
Yeah.
Compassionate embodiment is such a different thing than more traumatized, disembodiment. And
yeah.
and we're going to be trying to bring in dissociation into this
Mm,
lens so that we can maybe start as a field having a different view about how to approach this concept, including understanding that not all dissociation needs to be seen as a trauma symptom, that there are other family legacies around intuitive gifts and sensing things that you don't have descriptors for or can't even hold complete explicit contact with, is another way of thinking about all the dissociatively held um, parts. Of course, all through
mm,
expressive creation and writing. So we're getting really excited about it.
Yeah.
Tanya, I tag you back in to tell us, where do we go from here? What do we want people to know?
Yeah. So we are going to carry on with the behind the scenes planning and getting everything together. So you'll see below the link to an email address where we can start getting forms and registration together. And we will keep you updated as soon as things progress with the rest of the information for the workshop.
Mm.